Students are now able to select their own room on campus. Students who do not choose a space will be automatically placed in a room with a roommate in mid-July. The housing contract is simple and easy to use. Just follow these steps. First, you will want to log on to your Cougar Track webpage. When you get there, you will click on the menu button and click on the link that says Students. From there, you will click on the tab that says Student Information. Then click Student Life and Housing Portal. This will bring you to a page where you can begin choosing your desired housing for the upcoming school year. To begin, you will want to find the link at the top of the page that says Forms and Contracts. This button allows you to either submit a housing contract for the upcoming year or to appeal for off-campus living. For this video, we will go through the steps of applying for a housing contract. By clicking on the link that says Housing Contract, it will bring you to a page that gives the terms and conditions for living in the resident halls. This is a legally binding document. You must read before signing. Once you have agreed to the terms and conditions, you will be able to start creating your personal profile. This section will ask information about your hobbies, when you allow guests to come into your room, what time you go to bed, or if you prefer your room to be clean and tidy. If you are wanting to live in a global village, make sure to select Yes to live in an LLC environment. This is question number 6. Once you hit Yes, another question will pop up and you will be able to choose Global Village in Banks Hall. Once you have gone through all the other prompts, you will be taken to a page titled Addresses and Emergency Contacts. There will be 2 sections that ask you to enter contact information. The first is the missing persons contact. This is the person that you would want the college to contact in case you are perceived to be missing. Make sure to save this contact after you have filled out the information. The second section is emergency contact. This is who the college will contact in case of an emergency. Again, make sure to save this contact information before continuing. If you do not save each contact individually, your information will not save. You may choose to list the same contact for each section. The next step will allow you to rank your preference on buildings. You will be prompted to select which building you prefer living in. You can choose up to 3 preferences. For example, you can select Hughes Building as your first preference, New Hall as your second preference, and Cougar Village as your third preference. After you have completed the room preferences, you will be taken to a page that asks you to choose a meal plan. Each meal plan provides a description of what is included in that plan. If you choose a meal plan and decide later that you no longer want this plan, you are allowed to change this plan one time. If you decide a second time that you want to change your meal plan, you will have to contact Resident Life at reslife@ccis.edu. Once you have completed your housing contract, an email confirmation will be sent to your Cougar Mail account. Next, you will want to complete a roommate profile. You will click on Personal Information, then Roommate Profile. First, you will want to make sure your profile is not private. Click on the drop-down arrow and push No. If you make your profile private, potential roommates will not be able to view your profile and select you for a roommate. You will also need a way for potential roommates to contact you and include your email address. All of the previous questions you answered about your hobbies, bedtime preference, or if you like your room neat and tidy, these will still be included when another student is looking for you. You will want to elaborate on the description about yourself. This is a good time to explain who you are as a student, what type of environment you like to live in, and what qualities you are looking for in a roommate. Hit Submit and your profile is complete. You are not allowed to revisit to change your profile. The next step is to search for your roommate. You will need to go to the top of the page where it says Roommate and Room Selection. Click the drop-down arrow and hit Roommate and Suitemate. This will bring you to an additional page where you will select the term that you are applying for. For example, we will select Fall 2019. If you know the name of the person you want to room with, you can enter their name, and if they do not already have a roommate, select them to be your roommate. If you do not have a specific person in mind, you will need to scroll down to the Advanced Search section. Here you can enter in all of the information that you prefer in a roommate. You do not have to select an option from each question. Less filters are sometimes better. Once you have filled out your roommate search, you will be taken to another page that gives you a list of potential roommates. The list of roommates that come up mean you have something in common with them. For example, say you entered checkers as a hobby. All students that have an interest in checkers will come up. Or if you prefer to go to bed at a certain time, these potential roommates will pop up also. Once you found a roommate that you would like to room with, you can send them a request. You are only allowed to request one roommate at a time. This roommate can either accept or deny your request. If they deny your request, you can go back in and choose another roommate. At the top, you will see your pending roommate selection. You can either remove this roommate if you choose to, view their profile, or email them. Once the roommate confirms your request, you will receive a notification stating that your roommate selection has been saved. Also, email communication will be sent to you and your potential roommate immediately, so check your Cougar Mail account often. Remember, if you want to check the status of your roommate and all other information, you can click on the Home tab to bring you to all of the previously saved information. Once a roommate has accepted your request, you can select a room. Room selection has dates associated with it, so make sure you reference those dates. On the home screen, you can find those dates, which are in black, for when you can start choosing a room. To select a room, you will want to go to the tab that says Room Selection, and then click on Select a Room or Suite. Only you or your roommate will need to do this, not both. You will be taken to a page that lists all of the buildings and rooms that are available. You are able to look at the roster of students that are currently in the building. For example, say you want to live by your friends, you can look at the roster and choose a room that is open close to them. Once you and your roommate have figured out which room you want to live in, you can click on that room. It will take you to a confirmation page clarifying that this is the roommate and room you want to be with. Once you agree, you are all finished. If you did express interest in an LLC environment, more specific details will be sent to you. Your roommate and room selection may be different than what this video shows. If you have any issues with the process, you can email reslife@ccis.edu. That's reslife@ccis.edu.